Joe Zikas from YoChicago.com. I'm on Madison Street just east of Central Park in Chicago, East Garfield Park. Spent quite a bit of time over here 5 years ago, in part listening to presentations on a new plan for the revitalization of Madison Street from Central Park east to Damen. There were a lot of high hopes at the time. The University of Illinois at Chicago was involved in the planning. Garfield Park Conservatory, which has a major stake over here, also took part, and a number of the business stakeholders, and East Garfield Park Development Committee, Madison Street Development Committee. I don't think anyone anticipated at the time the storm that the economy was going to undergo almost immediately following that planning meeting. There were a lot of high hopes. A number of the participants had come from a convention of shopping center developers, and they'd heard expressed quite a bit of interest in development along the west side of Chicago. This is Kedzie, 3200 West, and right up ahead here on the right was Edna's, which was a pretty famous community institution restaurant at the time. Edna has since died. It's now called Ruby's. CVS Pharmacy on the opposite side of the street is new within the past 5 years. It wasn't here at the time. It's 2:30, so the kids are just getting out of school. Streets are starting to get crowded. Rothschild Liquors has been around for a while. That's an institution here also. But apart from the CVS, I haven't seen any signs of change yet along this stretch of Madison. A lot of vacant land on both sides of the street. Block is almost entirely vacant on both sides of the street. Sign on the storefront said, keep out, dangerous. We're at California now, 2800 West. Wallace's Catfish Corner is still on the opposite side of the street. And we have three heavily trafficked corners that are all vacant land. One of the big concepts that was discussed at the planning meetings was economic leakage, and the theory there is that percentage of the buying power in the community is leaving the community and perhaps should be spent within the community. $500 million was the amount of leakage that was traced in East Garfield Park for retail outside of East Garfield Park. In the distance, you can see the Willis Tower. And on both sides of the street, Madison is looking as bleak as it did 5 years ago. There is some new construction straight up ahead here on the left with a boarded up window at ground level. And new construction on the right over here also. Condominiums. This is the corner of Western Avenue, which was perceived as one of the very high value corners because it's the intersection of two major arteries, Madison Street and Western Avenue. So Walgreens up on the left has crossed Western Avenue, and on my right is the site of a planned Western Pavilion Retail Center anchored by a Pete's Fresh Market. That would be a major plus for the neighborhood if it comes to pass. buyers of the condos on both sides of the street here have seen their values fall sharply over the last 5 years. 50%, 60%, 70% or more in some cases. Once we reach east of Western Avenue, there has been quite a bit of development along Madison Street. And up ahead, the United Center. Areas that you see here are likely to stay dedicated to United Center parking for quite some time.